Hello, my green skins. And considering my birthday's coming up, you will excuse me while I indulge myself with a little song and dance. Yes, that's right, I'm doing Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. A review on this little movie. This little movie. What can we say about Elvira as a whole? Now that's an interesting little topic. I mean, this is the one of the most unique characters I can think of in pulp culture. And a movie that most people haven't even seen. I don't know that many people that have. And Elvira has been everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. What do I mean? Toys, video games, there's, I believe, comics out there, more video games, t-shirts. I remember a lot of people having this poster on their wall. Like, this poster was on the wall most of the time. And it was kind of funny. I remember seeing posters of her everywhere. Like, this was a character that was a horror host on, like, a little broadcasting. And she was enjoyed by a lot of people. And it was kind of funny that this character was a sexual character of the 80s and 90s, and Jesus fuck, even now she actually has quite a heavy role, the Elvira, in a lot of ways. And I don't know, like I said, on my mind frame, she's one of those few characters I seem to always remember. And I even think the fact that she got a movie is kind of amusing, but the fact that she might have gotten two is even more funny. So let's break this down. Where do we start? Well, we start always with the basics. The music. The music. You know, that is the weakest thing about this movie. Although it's not bad, it's not great. The beginning intro music where she's driving around is actually quite good and enjoyable. And yeah, no, that's fun with the character. And that was kind of amusing watching her drive her car and just that music blaring off. And when she enters into the town that she's come into, I think it's Fairweather or Farewell. I can't remember for some reason. I should know this. I just watched the movie. Oh well, I kind of just don't know. So yeah, when she enters in, it's that, but it's pretty mediocre. It's not exactly the best music, unfortunately. I wish I could say more, but no, unfortunately. And that's the sad thing. Like, this could have had better music, but it really doesn't. Next, we have a cast. And, you know, it's not a bad cast. We have ourselves Cassandra Peterson, clearly as Elvira. William Morgan Sheppard as the big bad evil villain. Edrith McClure as the secondary villain, the one who's setting her on fire right now. And a whole bunch of other people, but to be honest, those were the three big names that I thought were in this movie. Now, there were other guys. She had her love interest, of course, but I didn't think he was a big name, although he was a big in muscle. And I will break them down when I get to the story next. And, well, that's where this kind of has some fun to it, and that's where we get to the meat of this movie, is the story. And now we get to the story of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Our main lead, Elvira, is in her cable job, doing what she does best, where she's basically, portraying these movies and being a wisecracker. And it's kind of fun watching her kind of do that as she's taking off the role, and they're trying to get you get some couple comedy bits where she gets hit in the face with this like weather report, smacks her in the face, And then she ends up meeting the greaseball type of like sleazy guy who's like, well, I own the station. And of course he's trying to take advantage of Elvira. Oh, well, you gotta, we gotta do this, blah blah blah. And Elvira's like, and she kicks the crap out of him. And then she basically goes and talks to her agent as she's getting changed. She's like, look, we got a Vegas show. I want to do the Vegas show. And he's like, well, we need money. Well, how am I going to get money? Then she finds out she's got a letter from a lawyer who's basically saying her great aunt has passed away. And so she's basically like, oh, okay, great aunt passed away. Maybe I can get money. And it cuts to a really funny scene. I'm not going to spoil it, of course. We'll let people, if they want to watch it. And so she starts her road to Fairweather. As she's traveling there, she runs into someone. Kind of a fun moment. There was a funny moment right there. And her car breaks down, and she gets the young boys to help her move her stuff as she starts her getting to the main area where she has to start the talk to the lawyer. As she talks to the lawyer tells her, well, all you get is this house and a recipe book. And that's where we meet William, his main villain, William Morgan Shepherd. And that's where he is basically like, well, I want the recipe book. Elvira, not knowing that the recipe book is something important, is like, oh, sure, $50. And it's basically, let's be honest, Addams Family 2021 stole this freaking movie. It's this person out of water, comes to a new town, and, she runs into this group of people who are basically the morality group. And, because she's the outsider, she's the dark, she's the macabre, she's this. It kind of has that moment. So, yeah, no, this is Addams Family. This is literally Addams Family. Holy shit. Like, the story is exactly the Addams Family, which is kind of funny because that wasn't that good. This is still kind of funny, although this is very rated R. And as she goes on, she finds out that her family is, we're getting to the spoiler points, people. And yeah, so we get herself that she turns out that her family, the recipe book is actually a witchcraft book. And that's where the story picks off. And then it's just pretty much, exactly what this scene's showing, where she's being thrown at the stake, being burned at the stake. Yeah, that's basically what happened. It's, in a nutshell, that's it. She has to fight off her evil uncle. I don't want to give out too much, so people want to watch the movie, they can watch the movie. And yeah, that's roughly the story. She ends up fighting off her uncle. She gets her Vegas trip, and we get a very interesting ending to that. And yeah, that is Elvira's story. Funny moments, some really good comedy, and some raunchy comedy, very raunchy, but it's still quite good and quite enjoyable. So it had a decent story, but now let's talk about the acting. The acting in this movie, you know what? Elvira is witty as hell. Oh, holy hell. Totally fun character. I enjoyed her, and she was kind of enjoyable. The other person that did her kind of acting very well was Edith McClure. I thought she was a good actor. The boyfriend or the romance interest, I didn't like him too much. He wasn't enjoyable. Like, he just kind of, I thought he'd be a little bit more fun. But the other person who kind of steals it is William Morgan Shepherd. I hope I got the right guy. I really don't want to be misgiving the person, but I'll be quickly proven wrong online if someone actually doesn't like if I'm wrong. So it should be okay one way or another. I think he kind of steals the show. Him and Elvira are really good together, and I enjoyed both of them thoroughly. Last but not least, special effects. The special effects were actually quite good. They weren't great, but they were fun. And I love visual effects. And the sad thing is there's not a lot. Like, you figure there's going to be an Elvira movie, you're going to have a lot more to this, but for a majority of it, it's pretty meh. I hate to say it, if it wasn't for Elvira and my friend being here, I don't know if the visual effects would hold out. This is definitely not Fright Night. And Fright Night had some amazing visual effects. This one just... okay. I wish there were more. I mean, come on, it's Elvira. I want more special effects. What did I think of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark? I wanted more. Like, this character, Elvira could be something more. And that's kind of how I felt. Not great, not awful. And yeah, that's my feeling towards Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. It's a 5. And that's the sad thing. I think it could be better. And the funny thing is, Elvira herself has such a role, not only as a very attractive sexual character in our pop culture, but also in some ways a feminist character. And she is just an enjoyable character all around, and yeah, she had such a role in our society. A pop culture character all around, and yeah, that's the best way to put it. A 5 movie, but you know what? In my books, Elvira's a 10 all the way. Like, subscribe. I hope to see you guys, and I hope you enjoyed my rant on another Orc War Chief reviews. Have a good one, and see you later.